Hey guys, you're back here with Credit Connector. Remember, this channel is about you guys. I want to show you how to understand your credit, how to fix your credit, and how to go out there and leverage that credit. Also, remember, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship that you guys can still join for free. And if you guys have any friends or family members that don't speak English, send them to my Spanish channel, which is called Conecto de Crédito. In this video, what we're going to talk about is several hacks once you're in a Navy Federal, or how to get into Navy Federal, how to work the system. Remember, you got to make that bank work for you, not you work for them. So when we're talking about Navy Federal, the first hack we're going to talk about is how to get into Navy Federal. So if you don't have a relative that's in the military, like your parents or maybe your grandparents, which that's usually the best way to do it, you can also do the roommate hack. And that's basically if you have a friend or a relative that's in the military, you can either use a utility bill or you can have them write you up a lease, okay? And that works. Remember, they do have to give you the last four of their socials and I believe their date of birth. Once you're in Navy Federal, later on you can call and you can change your address. There's never a problem with that. But that is the first hack that we're going to talk about. Also, the second hack that we're going to talk about is with Navy Federal, you can open your first bank account with a credit card. So you can fund your business, not your business, but your personal credit card with a credit card, and you can go up to $250. Remember, try to find a credit card that has a low interest or that charges you low when you do this transaction, because this can count as cash advance. Another method that you can do is, this is another little hack. You can call your credit card and tell them that you're never going to do cash advance, to please take that off. And that's what I do. So just call them and say, hey, you know what? I'm never going to use cash advance. I've had this problem before. So please, I want you to disable this feature for you. Okay. That is the second hack. The third hack is that you can also go into the branch if you lose your debit card, and they can give you a brand new debit card right on the spot. There's a lot of banks and credit unions that don't do this. You lose your debit card, then you have to wait 14 days to receive it in the mail. So this is an excellent service that Navy Federal does provide for you. And also remember, Navy Federal is there 7 days, 24 hours. You can call them not on the business side, but on the personal side. So that is awesome. Also, Navy Federal, remember, it's relationship based. It is the #1 credit union in the United States. You want to make sure to build that relationship, okay? So it's really important. Also, if you have a Navy Federal in your area, guys, go in there. Get to know your relationship manager. Get to know them by name, and let them know you by name as well. Because later on, that's going to help you get better products, okay? Also, Navy Federal is known for the high limits on the credit cards. So you want to make sure to keep, good standings with them and try to get as much products with them, the credit products that you can. Another hack that we're going to talk about is the pledge loan hack. And that's going to help you build credit with Navy Federal, but also consumer credit. So that's going to make you look really fundable in your profile on paper. Let's say you deposit $10,000 in Navy Federal, and I do have 2 videos on the pledge loan hack. And then what you do is, I personally like when it hits my credit 30 days later, I want to make sure that trade line is showing. Some people like to pay it off 2 to 3 days later because they're in the middle of funding and they don't want the whole $10,000 showing like they owe that money. But anyway, once it hits your credit, you pay 99% off. And within 48 hours, 72 hours, what Navy Federal does that a lot of the other banks or credit unions don't do, they refund your deposit, because it's a secure revolving account. They refund it. So you just created a $10,000 primary trade line, and now you owe maybe $50, $100. That's going to make you look really fundable. That is one of the main hacks with Navy Federal. Also, with Navy Federal, you want to make sure to build that internal score. Their internal score goes up to from 100 to 450. You always want to be above 250. And remember, the only way you can know that is when you apply for a product. If you get denied or approved, you usually get like an email or something, and you're going to see there where you're at with Navy Federal. Okay. Also with Navy Federal as well, a good thing is that you can use the Prequad app to see if you pre-qualify for a credit card, which is amazing because you don't have to get a hard pull. If you do get approved and you do go along with it, then you are going to get that hard pull. Okay. Most of the time it's from TransUnion. I have a business account and I did get, a hard inquiry from experience, but just so you guys know. Also with Navy Federal, you could do also, if you want to build more products, they have the easy certificate, which is basically, it starts at $50, and I believe it's from 12 months to 24 months. Imagine getting 10 easy certificates of $100 each, and that's going to make you look really good on paper. Also, make sure you do set up your direct deposit with Navy Federal. Anytime you set up direct deposit with Navy Federal or any institution, it makes you look invested in that institution. You really look good in paper. So that's really important. Okay. Also, remember with Navy Federal, you could take out, withdraw, okay, liquidate 30% of your credit card. 30% of your credit card, and they're not going to charge you the transaction fee to take this money out. You are going to have interest, but this is one of the credit unions that you can take out money and there's no extra cost to this. So this is definitely a win-win. You also, with Navy Federal, you want to upgrade your checking account to a Flagship Card. With the Flagship Card, you do have to have a minimum of $1,500. If not, they charge you $10 a month. But I believe if it's not the number one credit product that builds the most points, the inner points, it's probably up there. So it makes you look really good again on papers. Also with Navy Federal, every time that you go and ask for a credit line increase, remember they normally give up to $8,000. So you want to ask, I would ask for a little bit more because they're going to counter offer for you. Always do it through the app. And please wait, forget about waiting right now 3 months, wait 6 months to do it, because Navy Federal has changed their rules a little bit and they are getting a little bit, picky, and they're, looking at more accounts because unfortunately they've lost a lot of money lately. Also, when you're going to go for a credit line increase, and if you want to apply for a credit card, always apply for your credit card first and then go for a credit line increase if you have another credit card with Navy Federal, because most of the time you will get more money on that new credit card. Okay. Also, if you apply for a credit card with Navy Federal and let's say you got denied or something, you have 30 days to go back and reapply for a credit product. They're probably going to pull TransUnion, and you can use that same hard pull. So that's excellent of Navy Federal. Also with Navy Federal, you want to make sure that you never burn the trust between you and them, because remember, they're there to help the shareholders, the consumer. They're there to help us. So you want to make sure to keep good standings with them. If you ever burn the bridges with them, they're not going to negotiate with them. They're going to want whatever you left, you didn't pay, you're going to have to go back and repay that full amount for them to let you go back in. Also with Navy Federal, don't try none of that shady stuff, no MS or anything like that, because if you get flagged, my friend, it's going to be hard to get out of that blacklisted. So you want to make sure to stay in top of everything with Navy Federal. Okay. Remember, I'm not an attorney. I'm not giving you advice. You guys got to go out there and do your due diligence. Guys, give me a comment, a like, subscribe. That's the only way I'm going to get to know you. Even if your comment is negative, I enjoy it. And thank you for that, because you took the time to watch my channel. Also, if you guys have any friends, remember Conecto de Crédito or Credit Connect. And remember, this is Jackie. Until next time, guys.